Have you ever had one of those mornings where the second you open your front door, you just know your day is headed straight downhill? Yeah, welcome to my Saturday. The sun was shining, coffee was warm in my hand, and then Karen, from 3 houses down, came marching up my driveway like she'd been elected queen of the cul-de-sac. Let me set the scene properly. I'm a quiet guy in my early 40s, keep to myself, don't bother anyone, and I adore my Jeep. And not just any Jeep, my 1986 Jeep Wagoneer, restored from rotted metal to pure glory. 5 long years, a strained back, and countless weekends were sacrificed to bring that beast back to life. Everyone in the neighborhood knows it. It's practically my legacy around here. Karen, however, she's the type who believes the universe should revolve around her son's every desire. Her kid, Tyler, was graduating from high school that week, and the entire neighborhood was buzzing with decorations, music, and backyard parade plans. Cute stuff, right? Well, not until Karen decided my Jeep had to be his personal parade chariot. Morning, Karen, I said carefully, sipping my coffee. Morning, she snapped back, plastering on a crocodile smile. So, I was chatting with the other moms, and we all agreed Tyler deserves something special for his parade. Your Jeep is perfect. You can drop it off at our place on Thursday night. I nearly inhaled my coffee. Excuse me. She rolled her eyes. Don't be difficult. It's just for one day. You'll get it back. Now, I'm polite by default, but the entitled way she demanded it made my skin crawl. I told her gently that I don't lend out my Jeep, not even to close friends. That's when her whole face tightened as she just smelled something rotten. You're really going to ruin my son's graduation experience over a piece of metal? I laughed, thinking she was joking. She wasn't. By that evening, I was getting text messages from random numbers accusing me of being selfish, unneighborly, even a child hater. Apparently, Karen had rallied her entire mom squad against me. My Jeep was suddenly the neighborhood's hottest gossip topic, but the real punch to the gut came the next morning. I walked outside and found a note tucked under my windshield wiper. It read, "If you won't let Tyler use the Jeep, we'll just take it. He deserves it more than you do." That's when I realized this wasn't just petty HOA-level theatrics anymore. This was about to spiral into something ugly. The morning after the note, I stood in my driveway staring at my Jeep like a soldier guarding a fortress. My gut told me Karen wasn't bluffing, and if you've ever dealt with people like her, you know they don't handle the word no with grace.so. I took precautions, parked the Jeep in my locked garage, installed a motion sensor camera above the door, and texted my friend On, who conveniently worked in the state attorney's office. That detail? Yeah, it's going to matter soon. By noon, the neighborhood gossip machine was in full meltdown. Karen had apparently told everyone that I promised to lend her the Jeep and then backed out at the last moment. Parents were giving me dirty looks as I walked my dog. I felt like the villain in a play didn't even audition for. Then that evening, my Ring camera pinged. I checked the video and there she was, Karen, standing in front of my garage, phone held high, recording herself. See, she whined dramatically into the camera. This is the Jeep my neighbor refused to lend my son for his once-in-a-lifetime graduation parade. Some people just don't care about community anymore. She posted the video in the local Facebook group, and within hours, over 100 comments appeared calling me selfish and entitled. The irony was almost comedic. I tried ignoring it until the next morning, when I found the side of my mailbox smeared with shaving cream and the word Grinch scribbled in marker. I couldn't prove it was Karen or her kid, but the timing was laughably obvious. That's when On called. "You mentioned some neighbor trouble," he said. "Yeah," I sighed. "She's trying to take my Jeep." He paused, then chuckled. "Well, if she tries anything, don't do a thing. Call me." 2 days later, graduation day, the entire neighborhood looked like a festival. Streamers, balloons, music, kids in caps and gowns. It was actually adorable until I noticed Karen and Tyler standing in their driveway, both glaring at my house like villains in a low-budget movie. Tyler looked furious, like a prince denied his rightful carriage. Karen, though she was smiling that slow, storm-brewing smile that never means anything good. And sure enough, The storm hit. Literally. Around p.m. 3 loud knocks rattled my door, followed by teenage yelling. I checked the peephole and saw exactly the chaos I expected. Karen, Tyler, and 2 of his friends all in graduation caps, all wearing the smuggest expressions imaginable. I exhaled and opened the door. "Can I help you?" Karen crossed her arms. "Yes, we've come to take the Jeep. The parade starts in 30 minutes, and you've already made this more complicated than necessary." I blinked. "What?" Tyler marched forward. "Mom said you promised I could use it. I told everyone I'd be driving the Jeep. You're not backing out now." They were dead serious. "Look," I said calmly, "I didn't promise anyone anything. You're not taking my car. That's final." Karen scoffed. "Don't make this ugly. I just need the keys for a few hours. You'll get it back in one piece." Before I could respond, she shoved past me like I was invisible and made a beeline for the garage. That's when my patience snapped. "Hey," I barked, stepping in front of her. "Touch that garage door and you'll regret it." She gasped dramatically. "Are you threatening my son?" "Threatening? No, protecting my property? Absolutely." Then she made the mistake that turned everything from ridiculous to criminal. She told Tyler to open the garage anyway. Tyler pressed the keypad, but of course, I'd changed the code. He scowled. "It's locked." Karen glared at me. "Fine, we'll get the police involved. You can explain why you're holding a student's graduation hostage." I almost laughed. "Please do." 10 minutes later, 2 squad cars pulled up. Perfect, I thought. But one officer was already shaking his head as he approached. "Sir, we got a call about a stolen vehicle. Mind telling me what's happening?" I handed him my registration and ID. "This is my Jeep. That woman tried to take it," Karen erupted. "He's lying. He said Tyler could borrow it. This is emotional abuse." The officer turned to her. "Do you have that in writing?" Her mouth opened, no words came out. Right then, my phone buzzed. It was on. My friend from the state attorney's office. He texted me one line, "Keep them there. I'm on my way." 15 minutes later, a sleek black sedan rolled up beside the police cruisers. On stepped out crisp suit, sunglasses, and that quiet authority that makes everyone straighten their spine without even realizing it. Karen's confident smirk evaporated the second she spotted the badge clipped to his belt. He walked up to me first, gave a small nod, and asked softly, "You good?" "Better now," I said, crossing my arms. Then he turned to the officers. "Gentlemen, I understand there's a property dispute here." One of the cops explained the situation quickly. On listened carefully, then said, "So just to confirm, this woman admitted she told her son to take this man's vehicle?" The officer nodded. "That's correct." Karen's eyes nearly popped out of her head. "Wait, what?" "I didn't tell him to take it. I just..." Raised a hand. "Ma'am, please don't say another word unless you'd like this recorded as a confession. You could have heard a pin hit concrete." Tyler shifted awkwardly next to her, finally realizing things had escalated far beyond a simple argument. On looked at me next. "Would you like to press charges for attempted theft and harassment?" Karen gasped. "You can't be serious. This is ridiculous. We were just trying to celebrate." On's expression hardened. "Celebrating is fine. Trespassing and attempting to unlawfully take someone's vehicle? That's not celebrating. That's a crime." The officers exchanged glances. One began quietly jotting notes. Karen's voice cracked as she scrambled to salvage the situation. "You don't understand. Everyone was counting on us." "My son," he cut her off. "Your son is lucky he didn't commit grand theft auto today. And you're lucky this man was patient enough to call the police instead of pressing charges right now." For the first time all week, Karen shut up. Tyler's face burned bright red this time from humiliation, not entitlement. On looked back at me. "It's your call." I took a deep breath, then shook my head. "I don't want to ruin their lives. I just want them to leave me and my Jeep alone." On nodded. "Fair enough." Then he turned to the officers. "Let this serve as a formal warning. If there's one more incident involving this address, it goes straight to my office." The cops made them apologize right there on the spot. Karen mumbled something that barely counted as an apology. Tyler muttered a quick, "sorry," without lifting his eyes. And with that, They walked away. Later that evening, I sat on my porch and watched the graduation parade pass through the neighborhood. My Jeep stayed safely tucked in the garage, polished, untouched, gleaming under the lights. Somewhere in the distance, the faint sounds of celebration drifted by. And for once, peace. Wow, what a ride, right? If you enjoyed this story and want more real-life tales of instant karma and sweet justice, hit that like button, it really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe with the bell on ching so you never miss the next wild Karen story I drop. Drop a comment below.